Hi friends, AMD Vegan. I'm making you cauliflower rice today with sweet peas, and the combination here is two recipes. That is, the one is the pea, avocado pea. That's a classic of mine. Yeah. Here I show you an avocado, and I show you some peas. Avocado peas. See, it's a perfect combination. Here is the fat, and here's the protein. So that is really what makes a meal, really filling. Other than the carbohydrates, and also both healthy fats here and proteins have a lot of carbohydrates. And together with the pea and the cauliflower, I have usually an onion. That's a quarter of a red onion. Red onion is a little bit larger, so a quarter, and then I chop it into small pieces. This is a classic together with different dressings. I love that. In my kitchen, at least, the classic. I always make it with different variations. And here, the cauliflower rice. That is also a classic. You see, just raw cauliflower, some florets with a little bit of the stem, not too much, to get the wonderful cauliflower rice texture. And I make it with a food processor, fit it with the S-blade. To me, that's a perfect tool to make it in seconds. You just put the raw cauliflower into the processor, do one dance, one turn, and the rice is ready. I'll show you in a sec. No longer, then you have no more rice. And that's what the rice looks like. You see, once you get this texture, once you put the cauliflower into small pieces, the raw cauliflower, that is, it begins to transform and builds and creates a very, very powerful, very potent compound that's called sulforaphane. That is really super healthy. It can help defeating cancer and preventing it. That's why cauliflower, broccoli, radishes, cress, mustard, these are all plants from the cauliflower, from the cruciferous vegetable plants. There are plants, when they grow, the sprouts begin to sprout, and then the first leaves that come out, they are the shape is crosswise. There are 4 petals in the cross shape, cruciferous, that means. And this is a family of plants, a very famous one. And all these plants, they build a certain compound that's called sulforaphane. That's also why these plants are sharp. The sulfur part of that, the sulfur is an element, a chemical element, yellow. It has a very strong flavor or smell. And that's what you smell when you cook cauliflower in the house. The whole house smells like that. This is this compound, and it is so healthy. And when you make the cauliflower rice here, it's a lot. Just a small amount of cauliflower gives a lot of rice. It's a whole meal. It's very filling too. Not only is it so healthy, super filling and keeping. I don't have any desire to eat anything afterwards. I don't need a snack after that. It's really nice. Against food cravings. And when you put it into small pieces and toward the open air like this compound begins to build. But when you buy frozen cauliflower or frozen broccoli, to make it easy for the freezer to get out some, I do that sometimes with certain foods, but not with cauliflower, not with broccoli. There's science about that. It says as soon as you blanch the cauliflower or the broccoli or other cruciferous, and they blanch it before they freeze it in the industry, they blanch it, and then there is no more sulforaphane building. That's a problem. That's one of the most healthy parts in these plants. So now it begins to build. As soon as the air comes to it, when you're going to cook it, you do that, you cut it into small pieces, or you take the grater. You can also use a grater if you don't have a food processor. Grater does it too. And then you let it sit for half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and then the sulforaphane is ready, and then you can even cook it and nothing happens. The sulforaphane is already there. So you can do that. But when you eat it raw, you don't need to think about these things, but just that's what the cauliflower does when it is in contact with the air. So I can make many recipes with this fantastic rice, and what I always do is put other ingredients into it that make it seem more like rice, that have a similar texture. For example, the sweet peas. Yeah, there's a classic dish that is called peas and rice. Risi peasy, rice and peas. It's Italian, and the rice and the peas, they are classic together. The peas have been frozen. I thawed them on running water. They are very inexpensive, the young peas. When you freeze it and get them frozen, that is okay. But the broccoli and the other veggies, usually I don't do that, but these are okay. There's no sulforaphane to build here. And an avocado also, here, small avocado pieces, relatively small. They are firm still. If you are very soft, they have to be larger, the pieces, otherwise they lose their shape. And also the red onion, I'll show you a quarter of a red onion, also small pieces. And all these small pieces in that rice dish, they make it seem subjectively, yeah, for the one who eats it, like rice. If you forget about that, that is not the only cauliflower. You forget about it. You think about, oh, rice. It's similar. Yeah, that's the illusion you create. That's what I always try when I make cauliflower rice. I try the other ingredients, so make the raw cauliflower rice seem a little bit more like rice. Yeah, just as the illusion. And so this is a relatively classic in my kitchen, these combinations, the rice with the peas and the peas with avocado, as I said. But what's new today, I put a Chili Cashew Mayonnaise over it. That's new because that dressing is new and I like it a lot. Made it recently. You find how the dressing is made, the mayonnaise, you can find it in another video. I show you how to make it. It's basically cashew nuts, a little bit of avocado to get it fluffy, then lemon, a little bit lemon, not too much, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and chili powder, and then just a little bit of water, and you have the mayonnaise. You blend it, of course. And here I show you what it looks like when I pour it over my rice. See? That's the last part of this batch. Quickly have to make new, but for this dish it's enough. That's a nice thing when you make a dressing ahead of time, like this one. I can make a lot of salads with it, a lot of recipes, and that saves a lot of time. And you can use it for a week or so. This dressing keeps for some time. I make a new recipe every single day. And these ready-made dressings, they also help with that. To make these quick and easy recipes all the time. So what I have to do, I have to toss it. And when I toss it, I already see if I have enough dressing. It has to be enough because everything needs to be coated, especially with these small pieces. There's a lot to coat. So sometimes I need a little bit more dressing, but this here seems to be the right amount. I can already see that. Looked like a rice salad. Yeah, you might notice that and know that from earlier times, as I do. We always had rice salads at home, and one of my favorite salads, among my favorite salads, rice salads. But this is a cauliflower rice. It reminds me of that, and when it has a creamy dressing, it feels also like this rice salad. It looks like it, feels like it, and so I like it a lot. This is what it is. I show you what it looks like. And I'm ready to eat it now. I'm looking forward to it. I love these cauliflower rice dishes, not only because they are so healthy, they are, because they're very expensive. You know, the cauliflower is very inexpensive, all of it's available, and it has this filling effect. It makes me really happy to eat it. I can really recommend. And if you want to cook it or so, you feel free. I didn't do that yet, but one day I will do it. I think because I saw it in a cooking show, a guy made a cauliflower rice and put it in a pan. Don't know what that's like, but it might be nice. But I prefer it easier. Sometimes I do the cooking with heat, but Cooking is also a combining of ingredients that you don't need to heat it, but has some advantages, but usually that is easier, and I like it easy every day. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my video, subscribe, MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.